Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri, and is the world's first single barrel only liquor store. This business is owned and operated by Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution list. That way you'll know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and what barrel picks they have in the works. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we will discuss the viability of a new chip that ties to a smartphone that tells you if whiskey is real or not. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Katie Joyce, Danny Kennard, and Tim Swyatt.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hey, so yeah, we'll talk about this and what all of this means and the science that goes on. And apparently it's even, I guess, because it's put into liquid, they make it where it's edible. So you can eat it and nothing bad will happen to you, I guess. Mm-hmm. Or it then chips you for life. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe this is a way for the government to get at you, but I have no idea. But we'll talk about that after the break. For right now, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie?
That's right. So this is going to be playing beginning of August here, which is when I really get into feeling like this is the best of summer. And so what I wanted to ask is, what's your favorite side dish with grilling? So not your favorite thing to grill, but like your favorite side dish. Like it's hot out, that favorite thing that you just get excited about. I'm thinking kind of like a cold dish, but it could be hot too, that it could go with it. So what is it that comes to mind?
I will be the first to run and go with this one.
Okay.
I love, for my favorite side dish is bacon wrapped asparagus.
Nice. Nice. Congratulations. That's a good one, Danny.
It's phenomenal. I mean,
it's phenomenal.
It's phenomenal. I love, I always say, as I'm eating this, I'm like, this is phenomenal. I can't believe how good it is. So, yeah.
At first, when you said the way you said side dish too, I heard side dish. And I was like, that's a totally different thing.
The side dish is phenomenal. Side dish is phenomenal.
Katie, this is a great question. I'm a potato salad gal. I love a potato salad, but potato salad mustard, like it has to be stuff with mustard.
You will slip in old age quite easily.
But McNew,
I'm a tangy potato salad person.
Yeah.
McNew, I have an argument on that one. You have to have the.
We'll have Katie rule on this and see who wins the argument. Go ahead.
You have to have the potato salad that is more like the deviled egg.
I do not like it. I do not like it.
Oh, yeah, McNew, you're going to have that one.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Or the mayonnaise-based.
Boy, he got you. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, so I like it with
He presented a pretty compelling case.
I like it, but I don't want eggs in it. Very out on the eggs. No, not for me.
Danny got you.
Very much.
Yeah, he got you. All right, what are you going to do?
Yeah, something.
I do love deviled eggs in general, but overall, the mustard based is my favorite potato salad.
Yes. It has to have the mustard in it, or it's just bland and boring. You have to have the mustard.
Yeah.
Although there have been some really good like baked potato salads that I've liked. I think Deerberg's actually makes some good, like a local grocery store that we have. They actually make some decent pre-made stuff because I hate cooking. So,
okay.
Sorry,
but you got Freddie Mills' attention.
Like the Kroger here, they actually have some great things.
God bless Kroger. Kroger makes some fantastic Kroger delis.
Yes, they do.
No.
So they don't get enough love, really.
We had a Kroger in Warrenton all growing up. It recently closed down, and I'm still crying about it. Years like 2 years later now.
Yeah,
And
they're
so-
common here. I'm very lucky.
We still have one in Troy, but I have to drive half an hour, and I'll do it, but I'm not happy about
She's
it.
not happy about it. No. I think the ultimate grilling side dish is corn on the cob. It's right on the grill. Yeah, it's right there with the rest of stuff.
But what's your favorite way to make the corn on the cob?
I like it with some olive oil, and
Okay.
then some seasoned salt, and pepper on there, and just put it out there. And grill it up.
Well, Steve, I will have to disagree with you. on
Okay.
that
All
part.
right. Okay. There we
Oh,
go.
boy.
Okay.
Let's see how compelling this is. You obliterated with McNew with your compelling argument. Let's see how you do against me. All right. Go ahead, Danny.
All right. Well, what I really love is if you go to the store and
Yeah.
then you buy, whether it's Snooks,
Stalks.
Bergs, whatever.
Sushi
You
burgers.
got
Okay. I
stalks.
love them. They're good.
Okay. You peel it back like a banana.
Yes. I like it for that.
Okay. But then you take the silk off
Yeah.
of that.
You don't want the silk. The silk is no
Right.
good.
No good.
It's kind of bitter.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We like our silk
But
and our
then-
fake whiskey detecting, not in our.
All right.
Okay. But then if you put the Mexican you coat it in butter and then
Okay.
after
then
you
Nutella?
coat it in butter,
And Nutella.
You-
and-
no, not Nutella. You gotta put Mexican street corn seasoning on that.
That's a thing.
There you go.
They make Mexican street corn seasoning.
that doesn't sound
Yes.
right, Danny. You made that up.
No, I did not.
That's
I
made
can-
up. That's Danny.
I can actually give that. to
Danny
you
pulled that one out of
tomorrow.
his ass. He pulled it out of
Nope,
his ass.
I will give you that tomorrow.
I would like to try it with some
I
Mexican
will
street corn
give you-
seasoning, but I've never seen it. No.
Well,
So my Aldi has a Mexican street corn dip that is real good, but I haven't
Yep.
seen it like actually on corn. The dip is
Yeah.
good.
But-
They have it at
you-
Costco
That's what
too.
Danny's
but the
confused.
thing
Danny's
is,
confused.
you have to visit the Mexican stores. That's the thing to get the seasonings that
Okay.
you enjoy. Just like I enjoy the what it's called.
Where's Justine? If Danny can prove that there's a Mexican street corn seasoning, maybe we can get this on the ABV shop underneath
Yeah.
the cooking section
The cooking
as an
section.
additive.
Yeah.
It's not it's not a burrito. It's not
An empanada?
It's
A tamale?
enchilada. It's
Enchilada?
enchilada
Oh, I
sauce.
like enchiladas. I do like those.
Yes,
I like the
But
enchiladas.
I- I visit the authentic stores that do the.
They make enchiladas just with the tortilla, but they do
No.
something that makes it totally different. I'm telling you, I can make you one. You'll never know. You'll be like, what is this magic
I
ingredient that's on
guarantee
the
you,
tortilla?
Steve, I guarantee you, if we try and do
Oh.
a head-to-head,
Oh, that's just coming.
okay,
Oh,
Steve
let's
versus Danny.
Let's
The first
do it.
round is our enchiladas,
Let's do it.
and then second round
Just
is
like-
brisket, and then it's dessert round.
Well, no, I
Chopped.
agreed to you to run and do the bacon thing at the ABV.
That's not a contest. You're
Yeah.
just helping us out with that. Yeah.
No, I'm looking at it as a contest.
I'm not cooking anything. I'm just there.
Well, you'll have.
Danny's competing against the world himself,
Yeah.
right?
Danny against the world. So it's
I
coming soon.
told you I would do the Iowa bacon, and then
Yeah, we're having a bacon and bourbon event. So yes. So
for
yeah.
the ABV
Barrel
Barrel
Shop.
Shop,
Yeah,
I
it's
agreed
an event.
for the Iowa bacon that I was willing to put that on up, and then I'm able to run and put up the Sam's right bacon,
right bacon. Okay.
extra thick.
Extra tick. Okay.
Extra
I love,
tick.
Thick.
I like having the tick extra
Thick.
on there. So yeah.
It sounds phenomenal. So if I may add,
Okay.
if I may add, Steve, on the corn, I wrap up. I do the olive oil, put some seasoning on there, throw a little butter in there. I do put a splash of Papa's salted caramel whiskey in there too as well.
Oh,
all right, that's interesting.
That would be good.
Let that one marinate a little bit in there.
Yeah.
That really sweetens it up. But I will say something a little different. Katie, I'm with you on the cold side. There's a restaurant in Birmingham, Michigan I visited that did a cold cucumber soup with crab and has like a little dill in there. And you pair that with some buffalo shrimp or grilled shrimp and stuff like that. Holy cow. I'd go back in a heartbeat. I'm all for it.
That sounds good. So I've also been doing like a cucumber watermelon feta salad. Really, really good. Like very underrated. Very good. Super simple. Yep. Love it.
The cold soup is an underrated dish.
It's time to drink.
I am definitely going to save this section.
Okay, save it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Danny,
Save this section. There's a lot of tips in there. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Katie. Katie, what do you got there?
I am drinking some Wise Man because we're talking about a wise subject today.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, she is.
She's got to get all set up.
She has some like production value happening.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's cute.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. McNew. Eyeglasses McNew. What do you got?
I had to take my contacts out because I slept in them, so they were uncomfortable.
Okay.
I have some Old Elk weeded.
Old Elk weeded. Okay. Nah, nothing
It
there.
literally does nothing after the
Nothing
first
there. No.
pork is a problem.
Old Man Babe. Boy, he loves his Old Elk. So yeah, he's a big fan.
I like it.
All right. Square six from Heaven Hill. So here we go. Oh, nothing there. Katie's got the lead.
Nice space though.
There was something there, but not enough.
I got it.
Yeah. Tim, what do you got?
I'm continuing my celebration of the 3-year anniversary of Buzzard's Roost with the toasted French oak bourbon straight whiskey.
Okay. Nah, nothing there. Katie's got the lead. Danny, you're last but not least.
I'm still dealing with the Pop Casey.
Pop Casey's.
Yep.
Pop Casey. No. Okay. Squeaky, not enough. Katie wins. Yeah. That should be a dollar kill for Danny. So that's going to be it on that one. Cheers, man.
Just spare for a minute.
We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about this new chip that'll tell you if whiskey is fake or not. And is that a thing? Do we need this? Is it something, especially outside of secondary? We'll get to that in just a few. Let's talk about the people who make these shows happen. First up is the ABV Barrel Shop. It is the most unique shopping experience in the world of bourbon, as the ABV Barrel Shop only sells single barrels. Owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot select. With over 100 distilleries on board to sell us barrels, we are home to the most unique and diverse barrel pick selections in the bourbon world. By signing up for our email, you will always know what we have in stock. In addition to the single barrels, we'll have a gift shop featuring ABV Barrel Shop as well as ABV Network merchandise. We are partnering with vendors like Art Eatables and Old Man Bay Signs to bring you unique items you can't find anywhere else. We will also have a 24-seat classroom where we are offering educational and fun classes like Breakfast and Bourbon, a series where we pair donuts and bourbon, customer barrel picks, and opportunities to learn from master distillers and other bourbon dignitaries. Best of all, we feature a tasting bar where you can try before you buy. All of this is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. If you are in the St. Louis area, please stop by to say hi. If you're traveling in from outside the area, please take advantage of our hotel rates with the Drury Inn and Pear Tree Inn, less than a mile from our shop. This can be done via the links in our Visit St. Louis section on our website. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to plan your trip. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about the Neely family distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent trips to Kentucky. Today, he is amongst the leaders of young distillers leaving their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery yields insight on their unique family history, why their products are special, and gives you the opportunity to taste their whiskey, moonshine, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com or visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
Hello, this is Jeff from Iowa, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about some kind of chip that tells you if whiskey is real or not.
Yeah, I looked at it. I'm like, first of all, is that a thing? And I don't think that even when people are on the secondary trying to cheat, I don't think that they're bold enough to put colored water in there. So I think they're buying a cheaper bourbon, right? And putting that in there.
I just feel like they're like, hey, here's some ancient age in your
right. So even that application, I don't think that people are putting iced tea and then some other flavorings, that gets the color right, and then they're looking for. I just don't think that's the case. I think it's lower end whiskey that they do, right?
Yeah,
yes. Agreed. And that was the concern that I had when I was reading some of the articles about this. I was confused on how the product was working at first. And so I actually went to the scientific journal
and was it this specific one that was Purdue University and then agricultural scientists in Korea? Okay.
And so I went to that scientific journal, and once I read it, then I was like, oh, okay. So my understanding from that journal was that it's a edible silk tag.
Yes.
Placed by the manufacturer. So the manufacturer puts their silk tag in the whiskey that they're doing into the bottle. So as long as that whiskey is still in the bottle, you can use the reader, which could be your smartphone, to show that whiskey is still in the bottle. Okay. Now, someone technically could pour out half of it and put in half of different whiskey, and I don't think it prevents that from being done, because that was my first thought of, is it like testing to see that nothing's been changed with it, that it's still only 100% that whiskey. Like, is this something you like?
It doesn't know. What if we're doing the whole thing?
Proof.
No, because I don't think it's testing proof. It's just showing is any of that whiskey still in there, because it just shows
specific
up
whiskey though, Katie.
Tag.
So if I take a Pappy Van Winkle bottle, I drain it and I fill it with Barton 1792, it'll know the difference between those two. It's not just fake whiskey, real.
Right. So let's say Barton's also now has a tag for whatever reason they would decide to use a tag, which they wouldn't. But then the tag would come back as this is a Barton's tag, not a Pappy tag. Correct. So each different type of whiskey would have their own tag. So they would have to leave some of the Pappy in there to still have a Pappy tag in that bottle, which I don't know if it's possible to leave just a little bit of Pappy in there and still have Pappy tag in there to be like, oh, see, there's a tag in there. It's Pappy, when really it's only a quarter Pappy and 3/4 BS.
The article that I read, but it said about, imagine going to a bar and having a cocktail and being able to tell if that cocktail had real alcohol in it. So can you put that tag in a cocktail, or is it like you have the ability to check the bottles that are at the bar? Can you say, hey, can I see that bottle of bourbon that you just poured? And then I put it, my smartphone has some sort of thing that identifies that tag and says, yes, this is the real thing. I don't know.
I feel like this is going to piss off so many bartenders who are just trying to do their job. I feel like this is going to hurt the wrong people. They're already stressed out. They're already angry. Like, you're making a bartender's job harder. If you go to a bar, trust that it's the correct thing.
Yeah, go to a better bar.
Go to a better bar if you have questions. Yeah, like, don't make
go to the ABV Barrel Shop. We now have a pour license.
Exactly.
That's right. So, Katie, if I'm reading the same one that you read, the code is on a fluorescent silk tag that is equivalent to a barcode or a QR code and is not visible to the naked eye. the tags are edible, causing no issues if a person swallowed it or whatever. And it doesn't. It's not to affect the taste of the whiskey. But it's interesting. They make these tags. It involves the processing of fluorescent silk cocoons from specialized silkworms to create a biopolymer, which then can be formed into a variety of patterns to encode the information. So even if you could find the tag to scan it, how the hell do you do that? I don't know.
So, and my question then too is there only one tag per bottle? And
it sounds
like floating around in the liquid?
Mm-hmm.
And then is it possible that they can use like the light or the code to see where the tag is and pull it out of the liquid to put into a different liquid? Because then part of my thought was, well, shouldn't it be like small, like tags that are immovable almost? Like if you try to mess with them, they just like dissolve. Like if you try to touch them or F with them in a way to put them into a different liquid, you're going to break them.
So it says, one of the ways of bringing this issue to light is to literally shine a light on the tag. So it looks like you can shine a light through the bottle to identify it. And then the smartphone should be able to pick it up once it connects. See if once it gets the scan.
Huh.
I don't know.
So look, I'm not doing all this. Like, I don't even want to scan a QR code for a menu. I'm very
I'm with you there.
I
just don't want to touch a menu.
Bring me a drink. I don't want to do all this. It seems like a lot of work. I'm not interested.
And so I think the big goal here is pharmaceuticals. The big goal here is not actually to protect whiskey. And so they're using it in whiskey because the liquid of it makes it, I guess, an ideal place for them to try it. I guess this whole market of us alcoholics, I guess, too, thinking like this is freaking cool. And really in the idea, we're like, ooh, this is useful in this grouping of the hard to find whiskeys that we have. There actually is a market where this could be useful in the whiskey industry. And so it happens to work out here, but the bigger purpose here would be protecting pharmaceuticals. And so I get the purpose, because if it was only a purpose for whiskey, I think we all clearly would shut this down of like, nah, that's far too complicated. Like, sorry, like, no. Right. But
Steve, I'm kind of with you there on a drop or something like that. If I put a drop, some type of, think of like lava lamp fluid, right? Where you got the stuff, if you put a drop in your whiskey and it turns a certain color, if it has a certain chemical compounds that match up to Buffalo Trace's products, you'd have this product, it goes in there, it turns yellow, so now you know it's Pappy, or green, you know it's Elmer T. Lee or something like that. And then if it's also laced with GHB would be something too as well, I think, which there's stuff out there already for the folks out there trying to be safe drinkers out in the bars. But yeah, I don't know about this one. This sounds fun, but impractical.
This field tested positive for Buffalo Trace.
That's right.
And they show over glass dropping one of these chips into the whiskey. I would think that because we all drink it, most of us drink it neat. This has to you got to when you're getting that in your mouth, right? I mean, this isn't it a weird sensation? You got a chip in your mouth. I don't know.
And that's what I was assuming. There would have to be like hundreds of tags, like microscopic ones, like floating around in it, so that if we swallowed them, we would never be able to sense it. But it would only be some other electronic device could pick it up. But a QR would have to be too big to.
You get hammered at the airports, and then you walk through the TSA, and you're beeping, and you're getting the whole cavity search because you had too many of these chips in your body setting off the metal detectors. That'd be something.
Yeah, it would be, right?
I get the point of it. I think I agree that it could be useful in pharmaceuticals or other things. I just don't see the point for whiskey. Go to a reputable bar.
I just put it in the chat for you guys to look at. They're showing it dropping in a glass there. No, maybe it's a beaker. Maybe it's science.
I feel like it's very unnecessary for the places I go.
I don't want to drink. I don't want to be drinking where it's like one of you guys going to. It's like whiskey roulette. One of you is going to get hit with this chip in your mouth. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's kind of big.
I don't like that.
Okay, so that's like little tweezers. But like that looks like the size of like an eraser almost. Like
and you can see the little chip things on there too. So it's got some texture to it. So I don't know.
experience, really, right? 'Cause
And
we
if
wanna-
people
we
are
want a mouthfeel.
determined to actually sell counterfeit whiskey, they will find that little chip in the whiskey and just transfer it to the other whiskey that
Right.
they're selling.
Why would you not just,
Yeah.
So
They're
then-
always 2 steps ahead. We can just
then
get
the
1 step
question
behind. We're
becomes,
winning.
is it truly useful in pharmaceuticals? Because if they can do that in whiskey, if it's liquid pharmaceuticals, can't they do the same thing?
right?
Right.
So now, obviously, in pill form, it might be a little harder. If they're putting like a QR code like this on the outside of a pill, that would be harder to release
Yeah.
it from it.
No. I just feel like this is going to save a lot of people who are into unlegal pharmaceuticals from dying. That's good for them. But like, I just feel like if you're a legit whiskey drinker, like we don't need it. It just
We don't
feels
need
a
it. No.
little extra, you know? But
Undocumented pharmacists.
and I'm just
No.
like,
Did you-
in Purdue, that's an Indiana thing. I'm like, we could spend money on better things. Go on.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Talk about the funding. The funding came from the Cooperative Research Program for Agricultural Science and Technology Development, the Rural Development Administration of the Republic of Korea, the U.S. Air Force Office of Scientific Research, the National
how's the Air
Institutes of
Force
Health.
involved in this? Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one that stands out to me. A lot of whiskey drinkers.
Why?
Yeah, and then some innovation fund over at Purdue University. So a lot of I could see applications for multiple other why medical and things like that. But yeah, the U.S. Air Force Office of Scientific Research is funding
Yeah.
translucent
Pharmaceuticals,
or-
I'm
yeah.
for it. Whiskey,
Yes.
I think it's a dumb idea.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me not drinking whiskey with QR codes inside of the bottle floating around, as well as on the abvnetwork.com, on the tasting events page, and on Instagram at swyguy2112.
All right, Katie.
You could find me buying the first ever bottle at secondary pricing ever if it had silk QR codes in it, because I nerd out about all this shit. So if they came out with that, I totally would. But I also go over to Instagram. You can find me at Katie Proof.
So they say it's perfectly legal. Would you insist if you bought a bottle and so Katie has the
Oh,
bottle?
I would search out that silk tag and immediately.
And would
eat
you
it.
drink it? Would you drink the glass with it in there? Be like,
Oh,
here we
for
go.
sure.
This is science. This is science.
For
Yeah.
sure, I would drink that silk tag.
It's
for
like the worm
science.
in tequila and mezcal. Come on now, there you go.
Like
Drink the worm.
I eat the flavored crickets. I eat.
Oh,
like,
really?
the-
You try all that stuff?
All of it.
Scorpions, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure they're high in
Interesting.
protein.
Mhm.
All right, Danny, how about you?
You're muted, Danny, if you're
I don't know if
talking.
he's here or not.
Yeah, I think we lost Danny. He doesn't have his camera on.
Hey,
so-
Danny
Dan-
Kennard's with us, and you can
And
find him on
Freddie
Facebook.
Bills will be back probably. So
yeah.
Danny
Danny
rallies
Kennard. I'm Danny Kennard. So yeah.
on
All right.
Facebook
Yeah.
or
All right.
Freddie Mills.
McNew, how about you?
I am on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. The important website, though, is abvnetwork.com. Please check it out because everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, all of our 3,000 plus shows, and so much more, abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right, great job today, gang. Farnets, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com. Last but not least is the ABV Barrel Shop. While we don't get to play in the allocated bourbon game because we aren't selling the other products you have to do to get those, we do have access via our friendships in the bourbon industry to some really cool stuff. Have you ever seen your favorite craft distiller selling some really cool limited offerings only in their gift shop? I'm talking things like the hazmat offering Distillery 291 did for their 10th anniversary, or Neely Family Distillery's Papaw's birthday barrel. They don't have enough of it to send it out to distributors, so they only sell it via their gift shop. Well, companies like Distillery 291 and Neely Family Distillery have agreed to sell us 2 or 3 cases of these offerings moving forward, meaning our store will have the access to some of the rarest whiskeys in the world. Way more difficult to come by than the allocated bourbon offerings with a national release. Yes, they will be extremely tough to come by, but if you're a customer of our store, you'll have a chance to get them. Get signed up for our email or text list over at abvbarrelshop.com so you don't miss out.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.